Right, hi everyone, channel update, a little bit different one this time. I like to bring this once every month or two. Newcastle Fans TV has seen a huge change in 2020. Some might say for the better, some might say for the worst. We're going to talk about a few of the things and just get a brutal honesty about this and why we've changed the direction and what we hope for the future and stuff. Sam's got the topics up on his phone. Fire away, what's the first one?
NUFC Foundation, why are we involved?
Oh, I'll let you start off that one then.
Because it's important. That's why. We've been involved. We've had Ollie on the radio show. We did, which didn't really come to fruition because there was horrible technical difficulties on it. We did a thing with Ollie, Thomas, Josh, which never saw the light of day. But it was good to just talk about these issues. And you and Kyle went to St James's Park, and we had plans pre-lockdown to do a big thing about it inside St James's, didn't we? Back
in one of the boxes
6 months ago. We had that all booked in, and
that's quite a big thing. It's quite a big thing for the channel, that wasn't it, Johnny?
It was a massive thing for the channel because we're allowed inside St James's Park, and that's what we're all about. Is that it's Newcastle United content. Obviously, with Sam's talked about the fantastic relationship that we've had with the foundation. We want to try and continue that and grow that because, like we've talked about in another video, if we can help one person who loves the channel, but maybe have some slight issues in their own personal life, and that's one more person that we're helping with. In the future, hopefully in the future, that we don't have as many people to help.
Yeah,
but
and
that's the ultimate goal.
And obviously the foundation run the women's side, which we want to be covering a lot more on the NFTV extra as well. So stay tuned for that. But quite a little coup for the channel, for the foundation approach us. They came to us about and must have watched us, and because we know the club definitely watch us. But it's quite a big thing for us, and we're gladly we made the decision this year not to raise money, but instead talk about mental health, in particular men's mental health, which is great. Next one.
How did lockdown impact the channel?
Johnny?
I actually think it benefited the channel. Not the fact that everyone went into lockdown, people lost lives, because that's not what I'm trying to say. But it opened up a lot of doors. Now, I'm going to give it... I know he's sitting right across me, but I'm going to give a bit of credit to Sam, because when he's come in, I think what he has done a lot more, he's opened a lot of doors. And certain stuff, I think certain stuff that we talked about in the past, say, 12, 18 months, it's actually come to fruition because of what Sam's been doing behind the scenes. And you might not see this at home. And we've managed to get 15 people. Now, Sam's done
more than that, haven't we?
Well, 15. Yeah. I think it was 16.
Over 20.
Was it 20 in the end? Was it
over 20? Definitely.
I think it might have been 15. I think for the first few weeks of lockdown, and Lee done his bit, which obviously Lee always does his bit.
I think that's what was important, is that I could focus on the videos, and then the rest go and do what you want, because I could never do that before.
Exactly, and Sam managed to get some fantastic people on the channel. I did my bit. I got Jose involved. Jose Enrique, obviously former Newcastle left back. Sam got countless people in as well. And I think how that has escalated is now that me and Sam have our own shows, the Green and Moon, the show which you can see on Newcastle Fans TV and Newcastle Fans TV Extra. It's on podcasts, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple as well. So if you want to give that a watch, I'd thoroughly recommend it.
Download and rate 5 stars.
Exactly. But
honestly, what are you to like?
I know, but I think what it does show is that when you think that we've got nothing to talk about, or when you think, oh, we've got nothing to talk about Newcastle United, we were always thinking of ideas. The majority of us were off work. We thought, well, what can we do?
Not me.
Exactly, not you. But what can we do? And we kept ourselves busy for those three and a half months of being off work. And the channel, I think, benefited massively because we got some fantastic interviews.
Yeah, it was a time for kind of reflection in a way, to kind of reminisce and look back at memorable moments for these people. Everyone suddenly became a lot more available and willing to come on. So that's why we had so much success in.
And now we've got relationships. We've had Warren Barton on twice now.
Yeah.
I know people go back to go and get the contacts, because me and Sam have got that with Henry Winter and
John Cross.
Let's not name drop.
And we're not going to name drop, but it was some massive names, current Newcastle players, ex-players, which was fantastic. And I think also we had to change the direction because we couldn't go to games. The channel is known for going to games, home and away, every game. We don't miss one. So that was a bit of a, whoa, what have we got to do here, lads? We've got to revamp our ideas we've got to think of totally different types of videos that we've got to come up with. And of course that led to the fan reaction show. So again, you're benefiting, you mentioned that, Jonny, we've gained a show also for that. I think that's going to stay because it is a success. You can get people pulling them in from South Africa to Australia to the US and Europe, and it was brilliant. Everywhere. They've never had that chance to. They've never had a voice. That was the big thing for me. And going live straight away was totally different because we're not used to that. But there were some changes, and some of them will stay, some of them will go when we start going back to matches.
You know what the thing is as well? Just going back in that fan reaction show, it gives fans a voice.
Yeah.
It gives people to go, right, what do you want to talk about in Newcastle United? Now I know the worst thing that happened was the takeover falling through. And us three were live that day. How many fans did we have on from all sorts of anywhere in the world? Yeah. And we had Jay in Atlanta.
I was just going to say, I remember Jay coming on and he was absolutely distraught, wasn't he?
But he had his 5 minutes where you go, do you know what? Distraught, absolutely devastated. But he's such a passionate Newcastle fan. And that was what we want. We want passionate Newcastle fans on the channel. No other channel was doing it at the time. So we need to keep on doing that. And like I say, give us your feedback. If there's stuff that you don't like or the stuff that you do like, let us know, because that's what we're all about. So if you like the fan reaction show, brilliant. If you don't like the fan reaction show, tell us why. What would you like improved on it? Because that's what we want from the channel.
A lot of changes. Next one.
StreamYard.
You can talk about that because you love that as well. Tell me about it. Why did we pay for it?
Because it allows us to put our own stamp, our own identity on our streams.
Do you think the lockdown helped?
Well, we wouldn't have got it if we weren't locked down. And if we weren't locked down, I'd have been on the channel, 3 times between then and the end of the season. I think I was penciled in to go to 3 games, and all of a sudden I'm sat there talking to Warren Barton, who I want to be my friend. He's sound. But it's just a great tool. It's something that we've made fantastic use of, and we'll continue to do so. We do everything on it now. Much.
I'll talk about that as well, because obviously I design a lot of the layouts and stuff. StreamYard makes it a lot easier for people who can't edit as well as possibly myself. Not that I'm bigging myself up, but it's easier for an average guy just to click play, hit record, click a few things, and Sam finds it seamlessly and endlessly easily. Is that the right word? But a lot of other channels now have picked it up and starting to use it now because it's so easy for everybody to use as well. So StreamYard, you see a lot of other channels, we paid for it, we take full advantage of it. It's a really, really good purchase for us as a channel, and we'll use that next season. And if another channel is watching this, go and buy it. Trust me, you will benefit from StreamYard. It's a wonderful piece of kit, which is web-based as well. But yeah, brilliant. Next one.
NFTV Extra being pushed. Why?
Why, Jonny?
Because there's certain content that we want to put on the channel, but we thought, well, the Under 23 channel got rebranded. Let's make NFTV Extra bigger than what it is. And obviously, me and Sam talked about the Green Muller show. We've had that on NFTV Extra for the first season, the majority of the first season. If it's a Lee Clark, something that we know that's going to get views on the main channel, it will go on the main channel as well. But it gives opportunities for other videos, and we've talked about Liam in the Facebook group. We might talk about him more about the Facebook team in a minute, but he's had his own kind of series with the God's
little niches going on in that channel.
Of course, and that's what makes us a little bit different. And we're trying a lot of things where we want to see what works, what doesn't work, what you like, what you don't like. But the reason why we've got there is that it's for new ideas, and we'll see what works, what doesn't work, and can we maybe put it on the main channel if people like it enough? Because I think that's probably the most important thing.
Thing is as well, if you look back to our Greenwood and Mulliner show, like the first 1 or 2, we couldn't have dived straight into a Lee Clark and a Warren Barton straight on the main channel with it.
No, definitely not.
It wouldn't have worked so well. We'd have been talking over each other and this, that and the other, and we still do that, but
there's a mute button when you talk, so it's wonderful.
But it allows us to develop ideas and
your own skills
and hone your skills.
And I think obviously with the new lads, we'll touch upon shortly, it has little niches, so not everyone wants to know about what's happening with the under 23s on the main channel, because people might not be bothered. That's where you'll find little things like that, and the women's. You'll also find out things like FIFA's series that Liam's got, vlogs. I want to do a lot more lower league vlogs to put on there.
Carl's just started his own thing.
Carl's just started his mini. We've obviously got this show as well. We've been with
Matt wants
show.
to do a fantasy
so
football
there's a lot of magazine. It's a personality, little niches that goes on. If you haven't subscribed, I mean, why not? The views and the numbers are slowly getting there. I think it's approaching 1.4, so it's a small climb, but 2k would be a nice little figure at the end of the year, I'm hoping for. But pop over, give us a sub. It's good. Next one.
Memberships and sponsorships.
I'll talk about the membership, shall we? The membership is important because it gives the viewer, like yourselves, extra content which you can't get no one else. We used to have this on our Facebook private group, and it was a little bit too much work having loads of different things, so we scrapped that, made a public group which is flying now, which is great. It's called Banter and News and NFTV, so have a look at it. But in terms of the membership, you'll see underneath it says join. Exclusive posts, you see what we're up to, obviously stuff like this today, behind the scenes vlog, we'll put that up.
Yeah.
Sam's the one first before the
Just
extra
don't watch
channel.
the pool match or the darts match.
No, give it a watch. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
But little things like that, and what that money does, it goes back into the channel for things such as StreamYards, the website, Wirescout, which we'll touch upon, things like that. I don't take any money. The rest of the guys do pocket little bits and bobs, whereas I just put it straight back.
Yes and no. I mean, like the Beer 52 money, that the funds from that went into setting up the podcast.
Yeah. Well, shall we say other members may have pocketed from it, from their own personal gain, but a lot of it goes just straight back, and I have that money just stored away, ready in case the camera breaks, like it did last year. This camera that we're filming on broke down, and we didn't have a camera for about 2 months. That money that we made from Google Ads, which is YouTube ads, just went straight back on the camera and fixed it. So the
thing is as well, it's never ideal having adverts, is it? Is it? Let's face it. But
well, Google ads, they're on every video. You've got no choice.
But they're a necessary evil kind of thing, aren't they? And a few adverts, and the way we advertise as well, sometimes with a bit of tongue in cheek with like Beer 52. I'm guilty as anyone for that. The way we do it.
Haven't you?
Do I? The way we do it, the kind of tongue in cheek, not to try and overload, and the small money we do get from it goes a long way.
It is a small amount, and that's why we do it, because a channel like this cannot run itself. We'd love to be in the position where we can all pay each other, but we're nowhere near that. We've got to have like over 100k subs to be anywhere near that kind of a level. But yeah, that's the reason why but in terms of names, and obviously we've done this at the Amazon announcement where we brought Isha in the same day. Some big companies there, eBay, which we just recently brought on, Amazon, 3 Retro, and BR52. And we've had some big ones in the past, like the Co-op. We've had who else have we had?
Don't mention them. They're gone.
They're all gone, but
they've got to pay now. They've got to pay us.
All big names, One Football and so on. But yeah, big brands.
Yeah, very much so. Like I think the biggest coup for us was an Amazon, for example. In particular, I'm not just saying that, but someone that shows live Premier League football, that doesn't just happen overnight. That happens with hard work and dedication, and making sure that your content is different but good at the same time, and people like it. So I'll just say that Amazon have got 2 live Premier League matches for Newcastle next season. Leeds away, which I'm sure loads of people will want to be going to those Leeds away this season. Me, Lee and Sam were just talking about that before. That's one game that we want to definitely get on board, and another one is Liverpool at home on the 28th. So if you haven't got an Amazon subscription, I would recommend you get one, because you're going to get live Premier League football, and you've got some good series like the Tottenham one that's just come out with Mourinho and Harry Kane talking about their time at Tottenham and what's going to happen in the future with them. But it's definitely something that we're really proud of. I think that's probably the one thing I would say, is that we've managed to get some big companies on board. eBay as well, just had them recently as well. So the more the merrier, but the bigger the better.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll bring some more. Yeah, but that's the reason why you might see social media posts or an advert pop up on Google. It pays back for the channel. Next one.
Wirescout, whilst we're on for paying for stuff.
Wirescout is the biggest purchase that we've ever contributed to the channel. It's brand new. It cost £660, which is a lot of money, and that's a yearly figure. The reason why is because I wanted the channel to go to something that no one else does, where it analyses a lot more videos. So now I'm getting the hang of it. It's going to be opened up to everybody else. Fancier graphics on the socials as well we've improved on. That matches up with what me and Sam are doing. We'll hopefully get the rest of the Facebook lads up to speed on making a bit more fancier graphics, as people take notice of them a bit more, like stats and stuff like that. But the Wirescout, we've had the Hendrick video, we've had the Janulis video go out as well, where you can pause the video, highlight, circle, kind of like what they do on Sky Sports Monday night or your match of the day. That's a new feature, which obviously I'm excited about, and I know you two have seen the videos. I know you said the Dimitris Jan-Lewis's video was really good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it because it gives you a different perspective of how people can say, "Oh, I've watched this bloke on YouTube. I've watched this bloke on YouTube." Well, have you actually watched this bloke on YouTube? Because with Lee did the one with the left back, and you're learning stuff all the time. He bombs on forwards, but is he any good defensively when the balls are being played through? He's always a bit suspect in his position. So you learn something different. Look, we're recording this while we've had bids accepted for Jamal Lewis, Callum Wilson potentially, touch wood, Ryan Fraser maybe through the door. We've seen them live, but have we seen them in depth? That's the difference. And again, it's another string to the bow, and it's something unique that other people aren't doing.
To mention Rogerio as well, I put a social media post out on the weekend, stats, what he's good at and stuff like that, because you can go in and you can click on anything that you want to. It's really, really good. There'll be a lot more into that as well. We can also do match reports, detailed match report. So we're doing scoring the players, and Sam gives Florian Lejeune a 9 out of 10. I can go into Wirescout and go,
if he's fit.
If he's fit, that is. Go into Wirescout and say, well, actually, if you look at these stats, Sam,
I'd be proved correct.
You'd be proved correct. That's what Wirescout's for. Professional clubs, Premier League clubs use it. La Liga clubs, Bundesliga. It's a big, big thing for us. And keep an eye on that. It's a big, big thing. I'm excited. That's what got me excited this summer, is that coming to the channel, because I'm like, wow, I can edit this, I can make it look good, and make a review. I learned about the Greek left back as well, which is fab.
Okay. Paul, Kyle, Owen, Rob departing.
Well, Rob and Owen were fairly recent. With Owen leaving, it was a case of Owen wasn't really much involved with us. I think from a personal point of view, I think he lost a lot of love for Newcastle fans. TV's young, he's got a girlfriend, got a demanding job, and it was me who approached Owen, give him a heads up a while back, and I think he only appeared in one video out of 4 or 5 months, which for us, we need more than that. I think that kind of woke Rob up a little bit, because Rob was more involved in videos, especially during lockdown, because Rob was doing a lot of the fan reaction stuff. But I think with Rob, he couldn't.
Runner up in the quiz.
Yes, he was, as you remind him all the time. I don't think he likes that.
Should have won that, shouldn't he?
But I think with Rob, Rob's seen that message with Owen and kind of went, I'm in that kind of boat as well. I'm not really contributing as much, and everyone has their own skills. Rob's going to stay on with the website, which is cool, which I'm happy about, because he does write some fantastic articles. Rob's been with us. I've took him to New York. I've took him live on Sky Sports News, BT Sport. Had some good times with Rob. And you'll see his face. There's no disharmony there. No disharmony with Owen. Paul and Kyle had a bigger influence, didn't they?
Yeah, they built the Facebook page. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for Kyle, really. He bombarded you to bring me in.
You did indeed.
So if it wasn't for Kyle, I wouldn't be sat here now. It's a shame that I think they had designs on going their own way anyway, and setting up their own thing to give themselves a bit more creative freedom. So it's a shame, but it's what they wanted to do. It was their choice, and we wish them all the best.
You sad losing the NA 29 lad?
I'm sad about losing all of them, because obviously we've managed to get along well with everyone, and I think I'll touch on Owen first, and then I'll move on to Paul and Kyle and Rob in a second. But for Owen, it was someone that was new to the channel. He was fresh-faced. He wanted to try and improve certain things. So he was big on the website.
You bullied him a little bit about the cherries, mine, didn't you?
Yeah, but that's just banter, in it, really. You
sound like Richard Keys now.
No, I'm not gonna. Don't put me as a Richard Keys.
Oh.
But no,
it's only banter.
No, it's only banter. But no, in all seriousness, with Owen, it's he takes it well. To be fair, he takes it well, and that we've been to Crystal Palace with him.
Is that Richard Keys again?
No, he's a good lad, Owen, and he started his own channel. I think it's a Magpie Centre as well. So good luck to him with that. And again, he's still a friend of the channel, like all 4 of them are. With Rob, again, I've known Rob since he first came on the Newcastle Fans TV. He was a big help to me, especially with the radio show that we used to have. He loves Newcastle as well, and we talked about the mental health thing before. He loved being a part of that as well, and he was a massive advocate of that as well. So that was another thing. But
Smart lad.
Very smart lad, and he'll go far, Rob. He'll definitely go far, Rob. And then Paul and Kyle. What can we say about Paul and Kyle? Again, Sam's mentioned the Facebook channel, just the Facebook channel in general, really. I know you've done your own stuff as well with the Facebook, building up to a certain degree, and then you basically had the trust in Paul and Kyle to go to.
I took a step back where I was only uploading the videos, the odd post, what we're up to, and then I just let them run the news and stuff.
Yeah.
And they've done fantastic well. The push were nearly towards 27,000 nearly. I think 26.7 by the time Kyle left.
That's a hell of an achievement, by the way, and they contributed massively. And they're doing their own thing now with Magpie 24/7, and best of luck to them as well. And obviously, me and Kyle had a relationship because we're both from North Shields, and again, it's not a case that we don't speak to him ever again. I've spoken to Kyle privately as well, same with Paul, and all I'm going to say is just wish them all the best, and we all did. We've all spoken privately about it, and we've all basically said we're hoping that everybody does well in whatever they do, because at the end of the day, there's no fun. I would say everything's gone as smoothly as physically can in terms of leaving. They have their own reasons, we have our own reasons why we want to kind of take things a different way. But we've got new members on the team that we're going to talk about, and hopefully their channels do well and we do well. And then if Newcastle can do well, that'll be even better.
Be united.
Be united, there you
Exactly.
go. Get that hashtag trending again.
Yeah.
So while we're on that, the new recruits, Carl, Matt, Liam, Adam, Brandon.
Well, first of all, what do you think, the lads? Let's start with the Facebook boys.
Brandon's
A
Jack in
character.
the box, isn't he?
a crazy Dutch. Yeah, he's.
I think there's a lot more to come with him. I think he messaged me the other night. He wants to be part of videos, and yeah.
He's a nutcase. He's
He loves you. He loves you, Brandon.
Oh God, yeah. They're all absolutely sound as anything. That's why they're here, sort of thing. But yeah, Brandon's crackers. Adam, he was on the Black and White show with me and you, Johnny, the other week. What an absolute gem of a bloke he is.
Yeah, he was. I thought he was a bit nervous for his 5 minutes, as I told Lee, but as soon as he got into it, I thought he was fine. He was part of the team straight away. On Facebook, he's putting posts regularly, which we can all three of them are doing, to be fair, and that's all you can ask for at the minute. Glad yourself and you two will kind of just jump off Facebook when they're a bit more comfortable in, and let them just deal with it, and I think that will happen in time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Adam and Brandon have been brilliant, and then we've got Liam as well, who's any lad. So if any lad disappears, another one comes in. So, yeah, Liam's been brilliant as well. He started his own FIFA series,
didn't he?
Say again?
Got straight into it, didn't he?
He did. He's flying away with his FIFA videos. The one that I like about all three of them is that the willingness to learn. They're excited. So when they're buzzing, they're very nervous going on camera originally. I think that'll come out the other end. It's little things like when probably all you started, you were worried what people might say about you, but eventually you put it at one side and it doesn't really bother you. So I'm excited for them to see what they're going to bring. Obviously Liam's started his FIFA, as we mentioned. Loves a good drink on a weekend. So we didn't see him, we didn't hear from him on the weekend, which is fair enough. He could be dead all weekend. Could be in the body bag or anything, couldn't we? We'll never know.
I hope he's not.
I hope he's not, Liam. I love you, really, but
Because then we've got to go through the rigmarole of finding someone else again.
But yeah, the Facebook lads, and the thing I like about it as well, the willingness to jump on YouTube and learn as well, which can take, obviously with Paul and Kyle, that took a long time, but the two of them, we'll hope we get Brandon on, just jump to it straight away. But Brandon's been on live shows as a guest on the fan reaction show, so it started well. The numbers have gone up again, and I think we've picked up, since these boys have joined, 600, 700 in the space of about a month, which is decent for Facebook. So yeah, and we're excited to build friendships with them as well. Obviously the lads are freshened up. I've still got my good old Pepsi, and we've got a couple of things to wrap up in today's video, which are
NUST,
which stands for
Newcastle United Supporters Trust.
Okay, right, cool. I'll come to Johnny first.
Because you're not on it.
Yes.
I didn't get elected.
Tell us why it's important that we work with Newcastle United Supporters Trust.
Because they can get answers. They can ask the questions and try and get as many answers as possible. And you can look at the example of the Premier League and Richard Masters and the takeover. Why did it not get put through? And why did it take 17 weeks to make a decision or not make a decision in the end? And the ball's back in the buyer's court when you look at, for us, we're getting put pressure on the MPs to ask, well, why did you not give Newcastle fans answers? Now, we have a very good relationship with Alex, in particular, Alex Hurst, who's the chair of the NUST, and we did a video idea. It was our idea. Well, I said to Alex,
your idea.
It was your idea.
Didn't put us in it.
No,
your credit.
Well, it was my idea. It was to get
brilliantly edited though, wasn't it?
It was all right. It was my idea. My idea was to get as many Newcastle fan channels as possible to collab and basically be involved in this video idea to support the NUST. Now, we reached out to everybody, you know.
Everybody on YouTube, by the way.
Everybody. Now, I know people will say, well, did you reach out to everybody? We did reach out to everybody. People that might not have gotten well with in the past, people that we might not have even collabed with before. The question was there, do you want to be involved? And 99% of people responded to us and said yes or no, for whatever reasons, and that's fine. If they said no, that's fine. I think there was only one channel that didn't give us a response. Now, basically, the video's up there on the channel, and the hashtag is Be United. Move forward. This takeover was long, exhausted. It was tough to take, but we didn't want the fan base to collapse and criticise each other. We didn't want to criticise other fan members and criticise other channels, but they have got a different opinion to us. It was about moving on and being united. And we have to thank everybody that did want to be involved and were involved. In particular, I think Sam, you spoke to, who did you speak to again? Because I spoke to Keg from Magpie Channel. You spoke to Ian Smith, wasn't it?
Ian Smith and Paul from
Toon Review.
Yeah.
So it worked, and it worked pretty well. And look, all the fan channels that got asked and wanted to be involved were involved, and you can see the video on YouTube. I don't know if they'll put the link in the description. If not,
it's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on Twitter as well.
Just want to point out, when we say the fan channels, is that the channels that run for not individual vloggers. It's just the fan channels that we were approached and asked all of them.
The reason why we use the fan channels is there's more people in the channels, and it wasn't the case that we weren't going to go one person because they have a certain amount of people, subscribers, or certain people because they have loads of subscribers. It was just to get everybody involved. So it isn't a case of why did you not ask this person, why not ask this person. We just wanted channels in particular. So that was my idea. It's not Lee, it's not Sam, anybody else in Newcastle Fans TV. It was my idea. So if you have any questions in regards to that, you can ask me individually. You know my Twitter handle, if it's there, I'll reply to you. I'm not bothered about that. But I think it did work to an extent.
Oh yeah, and the NUST got more out of the Premier League than any journalist did. So
well, it's probably not the answers they wanted.
No,
but
it's
yes.
It's not the NUST's fault that we didn't like the answers, because you know we're not billionaires unless we have a whip round. We can't afford.
You live on the West Wing in your mansion. You know this.
I don't have a mansion.
You do. You live in a posh village in Staffordshire, and you live on the West Wing.
Yeah,
but when you argue, you have to kick the missus in the East Wing.
Yeah. For a bit of peace. No, but I grew up in a council estate on, just outside of Telford.
Britain's Got Talent on a little bit later on tonight, by the way, just in case you're
yeah. But it's one of them. Yeah, we can't afford, and we can't sort out Saudi Arabia and the Reubens and Staveley, and that's not what the NUST is for. They did their job. They held the Premier League to account, and they got the answers. They weren't the answers we wanted, but that's not their fault.
The only official group, and I think with me, you know this from the past, I don't like following a certain group or groups, because I think the whole Arsenal boycott thing just got me last season. It just wore me out. Not just me, it wore Kyle out, it wore Paul out as well. Backed it. We did it. We didn't go in, which was very, very tough. But we were pretty disappointed, pretty deflated afterwards, and pretty angry, to be honest, with a lot of other Newcastle fans not going through with it when they said they would. And I think after that, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not following any group. I don't care if you're a boycott group, protest group, peace group, love group. I don't care what group you are, I'm not following. But this is the only one that I will, because it's official. They have direct dialogue, and the communication with the club is horrendous. Speaking of communication, obviously the club blocked one of our videos recently. That's the communication that they've got. They don't even tell you, they just do it. small little things. Everyone's got their own stories. Ticket money, still haven't got my money back. Johnny's already paid for his season already.
Will you give me my money for the Man City game?
I still don't have that money back.
I think one thing I would like to ask, if the Newcastle United are watching, if they do watch the videos, can you give us more information? Email us.
Well, they won't watch this far into the video. They just want to see.
No, but they've got to say to the fans, they've got to give us a bit more. You know, if they know when the season's going to happen, or if they know certain things are going to happen, tell us, because no one else knows. Our subscribers want to know.
Yeah.
Other fans want to know.
Just
let us know.
Treated with utter contempt sometimes, aren't we? And I think the NUST are a nuisance to the club sometimes.
Yeah, and Lee Charney will only speak to just Alex, which is wrong in itself. And Alex has gone on record and said that on our live radio show, that Lee Charney will only speak to Alex, no one else, but just Alex.
But a lot of it's off the record as well, Lee. And this is why you can't have a go at Alex as much, because...
Oh no, Alex does brilliantly. It's not Alex, it's just that Lee Charney only wants to pick one man.
He want to talk to one man, and when that conversation happens, it's off the record, so Alex can't tell anybody, so he has to keep it to himself. Now, Alex might have a different opinion to Lee, he might have a different opinion to Sam, might have a different opinion to me about certain issues, might have a different opinion to anybody, or any Newcastle fan. So it's so difficult, but at the minute they're the only people that you can speak to in regards to trying to help our club, our great club, as we talked about.
Yeah, I've been a member for the NUST for approaching a year. I haven't been involved massively. I was only a member because I've got too much going on with Newcastle Fans TV and what I do and all that kind of stuff, and work life and family life, etc, etc. But then the opportunity came up, and Sam will tell his own story in a sec, but the opportunity came up to be part of the council, and because we've got big numbers, we've got a voice, international community as well. And if you think about we're involved with the foundation, it just made sense that at least get one of our members to approach. Sam got on there first. I found out later after applying later. And my role is effectively trying to help the numbers grow, but also do little side jobs. So things like streams, they've done a stream the other night to just give guidance on what's the best thing for StreamYard, etc. But there'll be more and more stuff, and I want to know why you applied though.
I just felt that it was important for our channel to...
You're fine.
What was that?
You're fine.
You okay? You okay, hun?
Yeah. I'm on the West Wing tonight.
Yeah. I just felt it was important for our channel to have representation on there to help, because what we're doing is on the social media front for the NUST is to grow their social media output on. You're doing their Instagram. I'm going to do a bit on their Twitter, and then a couple of other lads from elsewhere are going to start hammering Facebook. But I just thought it was important, and I think we should help and get on the same page as...
They can use what we're good at, and this, I know it sounds like we're blowing our own trumpet, but I think we're pretty good at live streaming now. Never used to be, but they wanted to do live streaming. They picked my brains quite a bit. Obviously other people in the group, the WhatsApp group that we've had, could be little things like that. It's important that we obviously build trust, and I think, as Jonny was saying as well, be united. This is the only official group, whether you like them or not. They're the only ones who can talk to the club.
Right, I thought it was important for us to get behind them, because it's a good independent body that can get answers.
Again, and it's a trust.
Yeah, it's a trust. They get answers. They're worth their weight in gold. I've said it for a long time. So it's important that we help in any way we can.
Cool. Anything left?
Going back to games.
Oh, can't wait. Look, we don't know what's going to happen with the club, whether they're going to allocate, randomise it, rewards, loyalty points. People have already paying this season. Me and Jonny had a chat of it on the way down. We've got no idea, but I think that's the best route to go. But just going back to games, obviously, as a channel, obviously individual will love it, of course. Bring the old videos back in that, can't we?
Yeah, that's what we look forward to. That's what we love more than anything, is to watch Newcastle live, and to be there is an absolute bonus. Now, I know Lee, in the last couple of years, he has to go to live games. He has to be there to see them live. And when you watch the games on the TV, I don't know about yourself, Sam, but when I watch it, I think it's so different than when you're being there live. And I miss it. I miss it quite a lot, especially the home games in particular. The away games, not as much, because you can only go to so many away games, especially myself. And
mine's the way around. It's the way that I prefer.
Yeah. I think the home game's more of a day out.
We won't be doing the away, will we? Because,
well, we don't know what's going to happen.
Well, the strong rumour is that there's no away fans this season, and the chances are, with the way the allocation goes, I won't be going to any games at all next season. So I'll have to stick with the telly and
your dodgy streams.
I don't actually.
Allegedly.
Well, I don't. I
Allegedly.
don't. That's the thing. I don't use any dodgy streams. Obviously, since.
You will soon.
Well, what choice have you got?
Well, that's for another video.
What choice have you
altogether.
got though? No.
I think it's bringing the last word, freezing my bollocks off, scarves, hat, gloves, middle of the night, all of that kind of good stuff. Vlogs, everyone goes nuts about, especially the away vlogs. If we can't get away games, we'll try and do the home vlog equivalent of it. That's what I'm looking forward to. Obviously, we were mentioned earlier, the fan reaction show is going to stay, but other things being at the ground, it's authentic. It's what we're known for. We're known for being at every game, and obviously the pandemic has stopped that, which is obviously it's not nobody's fault. It's a global crisis, but cannot wait to get back to games for both individually and for the channel.
We're one day closer from finding a cure for coronavirus, and we're one day closer going back into matches. So it might seem like a long time now, but we will get back into games. They will find a cure for it, and we will be able to, watch Newcastle, whether we like watching them or not sometimes. But
will we get taken over?
Who knows? We're one day closer to getting taken over as well. But we'll just see what happens with that. But if you've got any ideas, again, as I mentioned at the top of the show, about any match day ideas that we haven't really thought of, let us know, because we want to try and be a bit different. But I think the fan reaction show is one that we will keep, because it gives fans a voice, and that's what we want to do.
Want, yeah. And also obviously 5G's in some parts of the city centre now, which is going to help massively. So that's going to be good news, getting videos out hopefully quick, or even go live, because 5G's got that capability with the speed of it. So who knows, but we're excited for the channel to get back to games. Also going to, as I mentioned, the NFTV Extra local games as well. I don't understand why the women's isn't open, because the women's don't get many attendance anyway, but
missing an opportunity
because no disrespect to our women's team, I don't think they get more than 200 people, so it makes sense to...
They beat Sunderland the other night.
They did, well done.
Congratulations.
Although it was a friendly, but still. And
there's no friendly derbies.
A win is a win is a win, as they say.
True, but I think getting to more of them under 23s, that makes sense to open the gates a little bit, but we'll see. That's what we're hoping to channel to bring all of that. That is a big long video. If you watched all of that, thank you for your patience. You're probably not too bothered about what we're up to, but I know there is a small community that love to know what we're up to and what the plans are and what we're doing. If you want to get involved with the channel, why don't you get in touch, see what we've got for you. Ta-ra everyone, from me, Jonny and Sam, from the Malt House, which is down in Wakefield. That's where we are today. Thank you very much for your company and your hospitality. Thanks, bye-bye.